For the next 10 minutes, let's step away from the busyness of the day and create something simple and peaceful together. These are the beautiful colors which I got from Singapore, where I had just recently gone on a tour to meet my children to Singapore, and I will be using this washi tape which I got from Singapore, of course. And you don't have to be an artist to create such beautiful art therapy pieces. You don't need to know how to paint. Just bring your colors, little water, your brush, and comfortable mind with a big smile. So let's begin. I'm taking a little blue watercolor and I'm mixing it with plenty of water. Notice how soft the color becomes after adding a lot of water to it. I'm going to place this very light blue wash on the upper part of my paper. Don't worry if the color spreads unevenly. That's okay. Let it go, let it be. Sometimes the most beautiful things happen when we stop trying to control every little detail. As you watch my brush move across the paper, take a slow breath. Inhale gently and exhale slowly. So I'm adding few more shades of blue, and then I will be adding some green underneath. I'm adding some darker shades of blue, and I would love to add some green color to it. Green also is a very, very peaceful color, and as it represents nature, so it will give a calming effect. Now I'm adding some green, and I'm imagining a quiet morning garden. Nothing busy, nothing hurried, just soft colors, fresh air, and little space to breathe. You can use any color you want to, whichever resonates with you. Perhaps blue feels peaceful to you, or green makes you think nature, or today you want to use pink, yellow, or purple, whatever. Before that, I have to keep the painting away till it dries, and I got some coffee for myself also. Now I will be painting some green leaves. There are no rules here. Let your colors choose their own little story. I'm adding some loose green strokes of leaves. These don't have to look like realistic leaves. Just simple strokes, 1, 2, or 3, whichever, how many numbers you want. That depends on your mood and your flow of painting. Let your brush move gently. And while you paint, allow your shoulders to relax. You can add different shades of green and relax your mind and your shoulders with deep breathing. If you have had a difficult day, you don't need to carry that feeling through these 10 minutes, 10 to 11 minutes. Just place it beside you for a while. You can return to it later if you need to, but I don't think you should. Right now you are painting, right now you are breathing. Now the fun part begins. I'm taking darker color and creating these leaves. I'm not trying to make every leaf identical. Have you ever seen in nature, nothing is perfectly identical? And so we don't have to be the same. Few small leaves, whether you feel they belong, or some can be big, or some can be tiny, and some can overlap. Let your hand wander. Whatever you want, just let it go and release all the stress in your mind. Now I will be adding some dots around the leaves of the stem which I have made separately, thinking of them as tiny flowers or little sparks of happiness. I will be adding some red color to it because red gives lot of energy and red also represents love. So being lot of love and happiness in my life, I will be adding these dots in the red color to the another stem which I am making. As you make each little dot, imagine leaving one worry behind. One dot, one worry released. Another dot, another breath. Slowly, your paper begins to fill with small signs of life. So, I'm just giving little depth to all my leaves by creating a shade like effect around the leaves with with the little darker shade of green. I'm using dark brown and dark green. I'm using some flowing lines. These lines don't represent anything particular. They are simply movement. Let even yours move slowly across the page or across the leaves. If your mind wanders, that's perfectly fine. Just let your hand flow, let your brush go wherever it feels like filling up the paper. This is all your mind which is trying to relax you and release all the stress and the tension and the heaviness in your mind and your body and your shoulders. Bring your attention back to your brush, back to the colors which you're using, and of course, back to your breathing. There is nowhere you need to rush to. For these few minutes, you are allowed to simply exist. Now, I'm going to leave some areas of the paper untouched. I want that white space or even the background which I created in the beginning to be as it is. I'm adding some dark blue circles to it, and later on I will be adding some spirals. Creating spirals is another way of releasing your stress. If you're creating a spiral from inside to outside, that means you're trying to take out all your stress out. And if you're creating a spiral from outside to inside, means you are already into it and you're not trying to come out of the spiral. So if you have any stress or anything, please make the spirals from inside, starting from inside to outside. You don't have to be productive every moment. Don't think that you have to have a good painting kind of a effect on whatever you're doing. Just create, just do whatever your hand allows you and your brain allows you to do. Sometimes, just going with the flow and slowing down your breath really helps. Take one more slow breath. Look at your painting. It may be simple. It may be different from mine. And that's wonderful. Your painting doesn't have to look like anyone else's. That is your painting. It only needs to belong to you. So for today, take this little reminder. You can slow down. You can breathe. You can create. And you can give yourself permission to have few quiet moments. That is the main purpose of my 5 days art therapy workshop. I really want you to be with me for another 5 days and get the habit of creating whatever is there in your mind, not being a perfectionist, and just going with the flow and releasing all your stress. I'm adding some dots. Dots are the best way to activate your brain and its memory. If you keep making dots, you will brush up your memory and start remembering things. I had added so many dots in red color also later on, because I thought that adding dots was really giving me a lot of freedom and relaxation. Thank you for spending these 10 minutes with me, and see you in my next video. Until we meet again.